Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So, working on another project. We're starting as something different. Not too different, obviously, but Tony Lantzer and I, we are doing a buddy build on a couple Mustangs. On the 90 Mustang LX 50 Drag Car. This model here, as a matter of fact. I know many of you guys probably have this kit. Nice little kit from Revell. It's a pretty cool kit. I just opened mine. Tony's has been painted, so his is done, and I'm gonna paint this one. And I just been really deciding on like what color should I paint it. And I thought, should I go two-tone? Should I just do solid color? And I got thinking, I really like those in that dark green, that emerald green they used to have back in the day. And I thought, So I got a Chrysler color here I picked up here a while back, and I thought that's what it's going to be. It's going to be dark green. So we're going to take that over and shoot that here in a little bit. Where the bottle of paint is, I don't know right now. It's probably up on the shelf somewhere. I'll have to dig it out to get the number off it. But anyways, that's what we're going to paint it. So we're going to do that, and we're going to see how it turns out and go from there. So you're probably wondering, where's the Coronet? What happened to the Dodge? Well, I'll tell you what happened to it. It is on the bench. I believe it's actually right over there. I don't think it likes me. I think it's upset with me or something. So I have painted that trunk probably 3 times. I'm going to say 3 times, yes. You saw in the one video where it wrinkled on me. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to shoot it real quick after that. So wet sanded it down. Did it all up. And I have no idea why. But that thing got like fish-eye in the back corner of the trunk. I thought, are you kidding me? And I'm just painting the trunk now. I'm just taping it off because the rest of the car looks beautiful. I painted it all nice. So I got it wet sanded down once again, and it's on the bench. So I might shelf it for a minute, just because it's one of those. It's getting a little aggravating, and I only got just a little bit of paint left. So I thought, well, I got one more shot before I'm going to order more paint for this thing. So I'm going to see where we end up with. And I got a wet sand. It's ready to go. And yeah, so. But anyways, that's where that's at. The rest of the car is pretty much ready to roll, other than getting that body work done. So I figured, you know what? For the time being, I'm going to shelf that for a minute. And we're going to get on this Mustang. Because like I say, Tony got a jump start on his. And I got to get mine done. So let's go to the bench and get started on this thing. And let's see how she turns out. Alright guys, so we are painting this Mustang dark green metallic. This is MCW paint. And this is a real dark green. I mean, it's almost black looking. So I thought it'd be something different. Should look pretty cool. We're going to do my standard mix. We're going to go a 0.5. So there's exactly 0.5 milliliters of paint. And then for the thinner, we're going to do just a little past that. Just a little past. So we're going to be about 6.5 on the thinner. We're using our Mr.Color leveling thinner. Okay, so right there, we're just above that number. So we're going to dump this guy in here. That's my thinner cup, so I'll use that for another day. And we got our MCW hardener. So this here, so we're going to put 1.5 milliliters of hardener in here. So we're going to be about to here in this. So there. We're going to throw that away just so we don't get it mixed up with anything else later on down the road. So before I start even mixing the stuff, guys, I like to make sure I have everything ready to go. So the car is on my stand, the hoods, everything's all on clips, everything's ready to go. Because once you start mixing this, and then you decide to go putting the cars on the stand and getting everything prepped and ready to go, the thinner is going to start evaporating in this. So it'll make it a little thicker as you get ready to paint. And then I'll take and just go alongside the cup. So see how it's not quite filling the cup completely, but it's, when it runs down, it doesn't quite leave the cup either. So that tells me we got a pretty good mix here. Alright guys, that didn't turn out too bad. I like that green. It's almost like that green I did on my Cougar, the Highland green. Like I say, this is a Dodge color, so this looks pretty cool as well. So like I say, you can see where it started to settle into the body lines a little bit. That's like I say, that's typical on metallic paints. Not a big issue. So I'm either going to reshoot it or I'll pan line it. Either way, it'll look pretty good. So it really separated on that stock hood, and I give that quite a few light coats, so I'm actually shocked it pulled away from that like it did. Like I say, I should have used a darker primer on it. Instead of gray, I should have just painted it black. But yeah, other than that, like I say, it's pretty cured out. It's pretty dry at this point. So I think it looks pretty cool. Looks really good in that dark green. So we're going to run with that, see how she goes. So it should look good when all put together. And we're going to get started on this thing. Alright guys, so that is that so far. Like I say, that is about 3 coats. This was just really light coats. I just kept painting it, and I let it sit for about a half hour, and then I'd paint it, and then let it sit for another half hour. And I thought my body lines were pretty good, and I give it a really heavy wet coat, and then she started separating on me a little bit, so I should let it set a little longer. I see the nose actually didn't separate at all, so I was kind of shocked at that, but it really did at the door, and then that gas door is actually filled in. So like I say, it'll pan line out okay. I'm not worried about it. So all right, moving on. All right guys, so that's the video. Like I say, just a quick shot on that thing. Like I say, it turned out pretty nice. Using that primer on there, hindsight kind of looking at it, I probably should have done a black primer on it. That would have really filled in some of those body lines. And I get a little over, I don't know, I probably should have just did a light coat on it and just let it sit probably because that would have filled in a lot of the panel lines. But being this is a dark green, once that's cured out completely, I can take some panel line on that and you won't even see it. So it is a little light in some of the areas. And so what happens with that is I start putting on light, works out great. And I let it set for a little bit and I bring it back in. I'll do another light coat on it. I'll let it set. So what happens is I do a little bit of a heavier coat. Well, that kind of reactivates the paint from underneath, and with metallic in it, it'll just want to walk away from those corners, and that's what happens. So not a big deal, not the end of the world. Now, if I did decide if I wanted to paint this one more time, give it a little quick wet sand and shoot it again, those would fill right in, no problem at all. But the car did turn out pretty nice, so it's one of those, maybe I'll leave it and I'll just panel line it and we'll go from there. So we'll see. I'll see what it looks like here once it's completely dried out. So at this point, it's been in Sue's bake oven for about 4 hours right now, maybe a little longer. So we're gonna let it set overnight, and like I say, it's pretty much decent to handle at this point, but it's just a tiny tack. So we're gonna leave it sit and cure out. So we're gonna go from there and get started on the rest of the car here. So I think it's gonna look pretty cool, I almost, I didn't realize, when I opened this kit, I didn't realize it had the 10 holes in it. I did not know that. And I'm thinking, man, it almost makes me want to do a stock build. I know he's doing his in the cop car, so he's not doing the drag car either. But maybe he's doing the drag cop car. I don't know. I'll see when I get going, because I did paint both hoods, obviously. And so, yeah, we'll see which one looks the better out of the two. So we'll run with that. But anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out the channel. And we will see you on the next build. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.